All right, let's start with your full name and go ahead and talk about some of your background.
My name is Sam Holland. I'm currently a junior mechanical engineering major at the University of Vermont. I'm from Massachusetts, and I built a 3D printer called a RepRap. It's an open source 3D printer, and I would hope to help you guys out and build one of those.
You want to build the rep wrap, or do you want to work on the GVCS version of the 3D printer?
Well, it would be it would be a GVCS version using I guess some of the techniques that have been honed in from the RepRap community.
Okay, awesome. So you're interested in doing some R&D?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, cool. How did you find out about open source ecology?
I think it was a TED talk on Gizmodo a couple of years back, maybe a year or two.
Okay. And I mean, you're into the open source community already, open hardware and stuff. Like what specifically about open source ecology are you interested in?
I think it's a great idea to have tools available for other communities to be able to build, for example, the tractor or a power supply and have that universal and modular, have it be able to fit into other components. I think that's a very cool way of going about solving this problem. And I've always been a Lego fan, and it seems to me like basically giant Legos.
Yeah, that's part of the idea for sure. Okay, so are you interested in coming to Factory Farm as a volunteer, or what's your intention for getting involved?
Yeah, I could do up to a month of volunteer work up there, or work remotely for you guys and come down and visit and basically build it and then bring it down and help set it up if that works better.
Well, I feel like we're at the we're there's definitely a process for the development of a machine,
Hmm.
and what we're calling the extreme manufacturing product development pipeline. Or the extreme manufacturing platform. That's at this point it has 120 different discrete steps that we're forming teams to come together and play different roles to develop each GVCS machine.
Okay.
So where the 3D printer would be at is, there are working models that are out there in the community, but we definitely have what's called the OSE specification set. So we need to make our designs fit the specs that we're after. Modularity, low cost,
Yep.
um, widely available resources, stuff like that. So we're not at the point where we can build the 3D printer probably, unless in this case March and May want to ultimately just use an existing design. That's probably the one machine that is closest to being ready to just take off the shelf and translate like that. But there's probably so what I'm getting at is you'll have to get integrated into a process, um, and so it might be good for you to come out to Factory Farm and do a dedicated project visit and kind of immerse yourself in the culture, and
Yep.
then really do some of the initial research with March. And although it's the 3D printer is not scheduled to be a priority for a little bit of time, but you might be able to get on the same page enough where you can just kind of run with it a little bit. So when is your availability? You're in school now, and then you'll be out for the summer, or what?
Yeah, I'm actually going to be out May 13th is my last exam, so after
So
that I'm free. I am currently working for a product design company in Burlington, Vermont, downtown.
okay,
Um, but that's kind of on and off right now, and I could talk to him about getting time off.
yeah, yeah, okay. So we're looking at like you could be there as soon as the third week in May, or maybe like June.
Yeah, I think June would be more reasonable. I'm moving
Okay,
to a new apartment around then too, so I need to be home to move my stuff around.
okay, um, okay. So I will actually. Are you? Do you have a wiki account?
I don't yet. I could create one though.
Yeah, if you do that, search for dedicated project visit,
Yep.
and there's a form that you can fill out to kind of talk about your intentions for coming out, and
All
then
right. Dedicated project visit.
you can send that to me. You already have my email.
Yep.
Um, but so we're offering apprenticeships this summer in fabrication, product design, construction, and agriculture. So we're also recruiting people to come out and be involved in that. June, July, August, September. That's going to be a pretty hot part of the year to be involved. I don't know if you're interested in doing that.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds pretty sweet, actually.
Okay.
And are these? You said the 3D printer's not really a high priority right now. Would
Well, I
it
mean,
be
it will
something?
be. We just have. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just wondering, like, would next year be a better time to come out and work?
I don't think we need to wait till next year. I think the reason why we're not what we're not doing is the main energy of OSE is not going to be spread out and dispersed amongst all 50 machines at once. We're
Hmm.
focusing on priorities like machine A, machine B, machine C, and then we're going to scale that and do parallel projects, but we're testing out our development pipeline. So we'll get to the 3D printer this year, yeah, but I think initially we've got some other machines we're gonna look at more closely. Um, so you're interested in maybe coming out for an apprenticeship too? That I mean, the dedicated project visit, it's all kind of in the same vein. So you might want to meet with Marchin.
Okay.
Why don't you fill out the dedicated project visit application, send that to me, and then we'll schedule you a meeting with Marchin probably next week. Is that okay?
Yeah, I can do that.
All right, man.
And I have SolidWorks. I can use pretty much any CAD software. So if there's other work that needs to be done,
Oh yeah, you're a
I
CAD
can.
guy, huh?
Oh yeah.
What kind of stuff have you done?
I did 3D models, part drawings for a fully functioning flywheel, which is actually in the market right now.
Wow.
They're going to be five sizes. Currently, they're two. Um, and so that was my design. That was an internship last year. And I've been working on infusion pumps for the medical field, and things that I can print out. Like this is an enclosure right here. Might be hard to see for an
Yeah.
Arduino, which is a small electronics board.
Yeah.
That was designed and 3D printed on my printer.
Have you seen the tractor?
I'm sorry.
Have you seen the life track?
I think I saw that a little while ago. Is that the bulldozer one?
Well, just the tractor.
No.
You're not familiar with the OSC tractor?
Oh, the tractor. I thought you said tracker. I'm sorry. Yeah, I've seen the tractor.
Do you feel like you could model that in CAD?
I think so. Let me take a. I'm pulling up a picture of it right now so I can see. Um. Yeah, I can't find a good picture of it. Well, I can get back to you on that. I'll take a look online and try and find an image of it. And it's mostly square tubing, right?
Yeah, yeah, I think so. I don't think there's any flat bar or not even really even sheet metal or anything. Yeah, it's just square tube. Um,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, there's a hydraulic system, and then the motors for the wheels and stuff. But I mean, not. I wasn't asking you to that we need it. I was just wondering if you could do that level of work. It sounds like you probably could. And if not, you could work up to it. And, a lot of this is learning by doing. So
Yeah, yeah.
okay, all right, man. Do you have any final questions or things you want to say?
No, I think we're all set.
Okay, I'm gonna stop the recording.